The dip is a fantastic exercise for building muscle and developing global pushing strength in a way that has far-reaching and highly transferable benefits to many calisthenic skills and exercises. The main muscles worked in the dip are the chest and the triceps, but what happens if you're not feeling this awesome exercise where you should be? Well, today we're going to be digging into all of this and more to find out why you're not feeling the dip in your chest and triceps. Let's get into it. How you doing, Cali Crowd? Welcome back to the channel that makes calisthenics simple. To start off with, and for clarity, there are some variation of the dip that can be deliberately done to take pressure off the chest and triceps. The more we lean forward, for example, the more we shift the focus onto the shoulders. This video is not to challenge those techniques, especially when they're done deliberately and with purpose, but instead to identify anything that we may be inadvertently doing that could be taking the focus away from our chest and triceps when that is the goal. And the first reason for why this might be happening is that dips may just be too difficult for you. When an exercise is too taxing, we naturally devolve into whatever pattern allows us to complete the movement, and this can happen with our dips. In the dip, beginners often present an arch in the back during the movement that takes away from the chest, and is just generally a pattern that we don't want to get into the habit of getting used to. We don't want to overcorrect with this either. Many beginners do the opposite mistake and internally rotate the shoulders in an effort to feel the chest in the dip, but both shoulder positions are just not what we want when considering building a strong and stable base to build strength. To remedy this, regress the dip with a resistance band and allow yourself to perform controlled and high quality dips with depressed and retracted scapula. We should also consider that our problem with the dip may not actually be even with ourselves. It might actually be with the equipment that we're using, and having too wide dip bars could be killing your gains. One of the functions of the chest is to adduct the arm, essentially bringing it out towards our body line. By pushing with our hands and further outwards, we not only reduce the amount of force that the chest can produce, but we also reduce the range that we can take the triceps through. Now, this is an extreme example. I really hope your dip bars aren't this wide, but you get the idea. The further out our arms are, the less effectively we can target our chest and triceps. And for many, the dip bars that they're using are just too wide. One of the telltale ways to identify if this is the case with you is if you cannot descend to a 90-degree angle in your dips without experiencing discomfort in your shoulders. There are a few things that we can do about this though. And the first is by visualizing squeezing the arms together during the dip. On parallel bars, this simple cue can greatly improve the way we feel our chest in this movement, but we can go one further through the use of gymnastics rings. With rings, not only can we dictate the spacing of the setup, but at the top of the movement, we can adduct the arms, bringing the chest even more into play. Rings have the secondary benefit of forcing us to create stability too. This can be extremely humbling. So if you struggle with the use of rings, practice a support hold isometric, which is in essence just the isometric of the top of a ring dip. Feel how you have to depress your shoulders, hold your arms in full extension and squeeze the chest just to stay still, and only add movement once you've become more comfortable. Crowd, use these techniques to gain a mastery of the dip, but if you're looking to understand how to perform a dip in the first place, check out this video.